Music Connections and the Brain, presentation by Lisa Douglas for the class EDUU 606. The quality of civilization can be measured through its music, dance, drama, architecture, visual arts, literature, and literature. We must give our children knowledge and understanding of civilization's most profound works. This is by Ernest Boyer, found in our textbook. Music exerts a powerful effect on the brain through intellectual and emotional stimulation. It has been known to lower blood pressure. It can change the mood that we are currently in. It can either make us feel sad or happy or completely change it. It can even be used for relaxation methods. It has also been known to lower heart rate. It can slow down breathing or actually increase breathing. Higher beats for workouts have been used, also for pain threshold and muscle movements. Music and the Brain. This is a picture found from the Music for Young Children source. Music impacts the brain in several different aspects of the brain. One of them is the motor cortex. This is involved in movement while dancing or playing an instrument. The prefrontal cortex controls behavior, expression, and decision making. The nucleus accumbens and amygdala involves with emotional reactions to music. It also involves the sensory cortex, which controls tactile feedback while playing instruments or dancing. Also, auditory cortex listens to sounds, perceives, and analyzes tones. The hippocampus, involved in music memories, experiences, and context. Visual cortex, involved in reading music or looking at your own dance moves. And the cerebellum, which is involved in movement while dancing or playing an instrument, as well as emotional reactions. The corpus callosum is the part that actually connects the left to the right and vice versa. When it comes to mathematics and music, there are several different things that play an important role for math and music. Basically, they correlate with each other. Just briefly, patterns, the chords and the notes of chords, notes, and key changes, ratios and proportions, whole notes, half notes, and also quarter notes, equivalent fractions of math, which is the same in music, which is 3/4 and 4/4 for the time signature. Counting, you have to know counting when it comes to staying on beat, how long to count rests for, and how long you're supposed to hold notes between different notes. Geometry, you wouldn't think plays a part in music, but it does. It is the finger position for notes and chords as well, and also sequences, the intervals, the ratios, and their frequencies for them. To go a little bit more in depth and of this information, the patterns, the music is full of patterns of chords and notes and key changes. This is actually found in the textbook. So the musicians learn to recognize these patterns and use them to vary melodies. Inverting patterns called counterpoint helps from different kinds of harmonies. For counting, it is fundamental to music because one must count beats, count rests, and count how long to hold notes for. Geometry is, again, the finger positioning for the notes or chords. The ratios and proportions and also the equivalent fractions. Reading music requires an understanding of ratios and proportions. That is, a whole note needs to be played twice as long as a half note and 4 times as long as a quarter note. And then the sequences is the mathematical intervals. The mathematical intervals is the difference between two numbers. A musical interval is the ratio of their frequencies. And for the next part is music and English learning arts and comprehension. So there's the decoding and comprehension, which is both music and reading go left to right in a sequential ordering. Music and language and reading skills is the sensitivity to phonological and tonal distinctions. When we speak, we have a certain sensitivity and tonal distinctions if we're raising our voice, lowering our voice, and the way we enunciate words. Similar to how music is, and each note carries a different tone or sound. Reading music is simultaneous incorporation and reading of written text. The musical lyrics, so the words itself are that we're reading, is the phonemes and the syllabification and rhyming of patterns. So that sing-songy type of sound when it comes to songs. The rhythmic and melodic flow helps develop the fluency in reading and in text. Sequences is the intervals of ratios and their frequency. The impact on learning is that it stimulates spatial thinking. Music enhances the efficiency of those working with their hands. It has also been known for when music is played as a background in an operating room, that surgeons are more focused when there's soft background music. Listening to background music can enhance and recall visual imagery, attention, concentration, and dexterity. And this is another picture that I actually found that I thought was really kind of put it all together, all the positives that music can do. Good behavior, cultural harmony, brings joy, inspiration, creates school and community cohesion, and increases confidence. So that can also be in the classroom as well. So listening to music in the classroom can promote student focus and productivity at all grade levels. However, there's certain times. There's a time and a place for everything. So when to play the music is usually like before classes beginning, when the students are trying to come in and get settled, is a great time to play some music, especially on a Monday, some uplifting music to get the day going and get it started. When the students are, shifting from one activity to another, that's another great way of playing music, is when they're up and around. You can even find music that actually says, it's time to move it or something like that. Seat work can be tricky, and this is the type of music also that would be involved. During seat work, it's suggested not to play any loud music or even anything that has lyrics, so more of like a background tone. Studies have revealed that students that were listening to Mozart have better concentration skills. The end of class is also a great time to be playing music in the classroom. Not during instruction, so if you're at the front of the classroom, unless it's incorporated into that specific lesson plan, playing music at the time is not really recommended. Type of music, again, it depends on the time and the day and what you're doing. Upbeat versus slow, non-lyric versus lyric, familiar versus unfamiliar. And then sometimes letting the students decide what they want to do can be fun. Well, my name is Lisa, and that is the end of my presentation. Thank you.